Hello, Daycarn here, and welcome back to Torment. Last episode, well, we kind of stopped a fight there, so let's go for explore. Mutant, more. Where does that go? Dead end, more. Spherical tank. Okay.
Fine.
Oh, that's the shadowy people that was bothering the innkeeper.
Making a note.
This sharp-faced young man reminds you of a great rodent, more prone to scampering and sliding than running or walking. Shadows play across his face, distorting his features, and you are unable to get a clear glimpse of his face, even so, or perhaps especially because of it. He seems to bear a notable resemblance to the young woman standing next to him. The face is shifting and changing in near perfect time. At your approach, he sniffles slowly and draws some phlegmy spit across your path. He wipes his mouth with the back of his hand, and though you can't see his face, his tone conveys a sneer clearly enough. What do you want, Papa Jade? His voice echoes easily, a slight delay between the movement of his lips and that. Yeah. He shrugs at you. What? She has been complaining that we're too mean, too scary. She can afford it. Else we'd be visiting someone else more regularly. Yeah, I don't have the shins. Yeah, let's try intimidating. 70, 50, 50, 50. Woo!
I'll remember that.
He steps back. Right, got it. I'll leave her alone, I promise. Who's the girl? She's no one. I'm wrong. I asked who the girl was. I said she's no one you need to concern about. She's my shadow, my hidden blade. Tell me of her. Why do you keep asking her? Denley is mine and she will stay mine until I say otherwise. I'm the one who's interesting. I'm the one you should care about. Why is she not? Why won't you let this go? This woman pisses me off. Let's talk to her. The slim girl's almost a mirror of the boy who stands next to her. They could be twins or clones, or so close is the resemblance. You can feel her features are sharp, though the shadows filter a blade too quickly across her face to be sure of anything. She slumps almost impractically inside her cloak of darkness. As you open your mouth, her companion interposes himself. Scanford's help. I haven't gone anywhere near her again. I promise. I don't think I can scare him on that, but let's hand that quest in, see if we can get another night's sleep, and come back. I don't trust him. Far from it. I know it's a side quest, but hey, if it helps get another free sleep.
I'm there, in the shadows.
You guys are terrifying, but I might help you later.
Let's go.
I need to go through the quest to remember what's the main quest. Who I should be going to talk to. Probably do that next episode. For now, do what I can. Or well, at least even if it's not a free sleep,
Yes.
Jins will help pay for a room.
Fine.
Back on. Oh, there she is. There.
I'll remember that.
I see her tone is skeptical. I tried that myself, of course, but I suppose you're far more able to back up your words than I am. She reaches into book. Well, I'm grateful for your efforts. Take this, it's not much, but then I don't have much. And if you like, you can sleep here anytime for free. Yes! Sleep. Sleep.
Let's go.
Action!
Hey,
Here I
let's
come!
see if we can go help that girl.
I'm ready. Yes, now.
Whoa! Come on, tracking. That was a terror level of tracking issues. Yeah. That's a bit finicky. Should allow you to just skip into
Alright.
those areas. And I understand it might be a bit hard to code.
Yes.
Allegern, it wouldn't hurt you to smile once in a while.
Of course it
It
is.
would hurt someone, all right.
Your smiles are dangerous. Your laughter must be deadly. Here comes the boredom slayer.
That was cute. Your laughter must be deadly.
Let's do it.
Yeah. Wait for everyone to arrive.
Notice I'm gone.
Yes, I would. Your marker would disappear. Yeah, it was a psychic bond. He laughs and shivering pearls of mirthfulness, joy. That sounds like ice breaking and glass ringing. She is mine. She go on my word, not yours. Let's scare him. I have a good lulls with that. The man opens his mouth for a sarcastic comment, but realizes that you might be serious. He holds his hands up to placate you. Alright, one moment. He concentrates, or rather, doesn't concentrate, and the shadows blow away from his face and body. He's a much scrawnier person than you thought, more gaunt, and he doesn't look at all dangerous and menacing. I wonder how long this fuck's gonna stick around the bloom. Maybe I can get her back someday. Doubtful. He slinks towards the exit quickly and quietly, vanishing around the corner. Dalen drops to the ground as he vanishes. Her body begins to tremble and shake. Am I free? Oh gods, the pain. Make it stop. Healing! 65. 80. 65. So... Thank you, Elgun! Her eyes snap open in blind terror, seeking any refuge from the nightmares that seem to be replaying in her head. She sees you, then. She begins to relax immediately. Her muscles unclench one by one, and she eases out of her seizure. Thank the gods you are not wrung. The shadows have peeled away, drifting into the air like a poisonous smoke and revealing Dalen's true form. Her skin is iridescent blue, and her hair is bright pink. That looks purple. He's really gone. I can't feel him in my mind. You did it. The hut, be praised. You did it. Oh. She shakes her head as if to clear, and a small trickle of bluish blood runs from the corner of her mouth, where she bit her tongue or lips. I don't know how to thank you. You must have questions. Tell me about yourself. I was born in Nelish, and my parents were good people. I learned the walkways of the second tier by heart. That's how I discovered the portal to the bloom. I kept seeing the traders who came back from here, and they were always had such interesting wares. One day I snuck after them. I wanted to see where they came from. Her face darkens. That was the day the bloom closed its pathway to my home. I used to think it was my fault, but the bloom doesn't seem to care for me now. Although I got here and discovered I couldn't go home, I had to find a way to survive. I found 5 families who were willing to help me and who could afford to feed me once every few days. I helped them when I could and kept looking for my way home. But as I got older, she looks embarrassed. I needed more excitement. And that's when I met Vrung. She looks away, unwilling to say much more. I should have known better. But I was so lonely. No, never again. It was my psychic powers that drew him to me. He saw what I had. He wanted to take it, use it for himself. He called me an empathetic amplifier. I could read people and I could make their feelings stronger. He used me to find who the scared people were, and then he preyed on them. Aww. He seemed dark and fascinating. The adults didn't want me to go near him, but he was like a mirror of what I wanted to be: strong, mysterious, ambitious. I let him bend me and use my power to make him more of what he wanted to be. And I didn't realize I was trapped until it was too late. How are you feeling? Even though I'm still in the bloom, even though we are still surrounded by all this, even though I need to make amends to everyone I robbed, bullied, with wrong, I feel hopeful. It feels like a new beginning, like the night has been peeled away and discarded. Oh. Well, at least you're free. Okay.
On my way.
Where else? Ooh. Tozan. A stunning man in a formidable garb greets you and with arms wide open. His golden eyes stir strange, unbidden feelings in you. My friend, he says, spreading his arms. Welcome. I am Tozan. The sound of his deep, rumbling voice makes you think of a waterfall at the rise of the morning sun. Beatific and profound. It makes you feel drunk. He talks further, but you can't really feel what he's saying at first. Follow what he's really saying. At first, it's just a pleasure to hear his voice. Then you feel a sensation, like icy fingers on top of your skull. The warmth spreading through your cool limbs. The imagery of the glowing waterfall cascading through your mind dries to a trickle. And Tozan trails off, watching you curiously. Are you trying to hypnotize me? No, not trying. Trying requires effort. And the effect is quite beyond my control, he says with a slight, genuine smile. The effect is caused by my passion for studying the web of connections between people, even separated by words or... He pauses, his smile fading. Death. Even in death, connections persist. Scan thoughts. I'm surprised he's still as coherent as he is. Oh well, it's just a matter of a time. His humour continues fading. It seems thinner now, frailer, less human. His voice is dry and papery. Ancient thing. My studies took me all over this world, and to lands beyond the stars, before I finally came to the bloom. Here, my hunger took a more literal meaning. With careful hands, he opens his clothes, exposing a maw. One of the bloom's sentient mouths. You sense otherness beyond it, a gateway to a place beyond this one. I told you that my studies changed when I came to the bloom, he says. One of the Moor's tentacles winds around his wrist. This is how a Moor claimed me. Now we both feed, quite harmlessly, mind you, on the connections between people. I understand the sensation can be quite pleasant. The tentacles slip reluctantly from his arm. If you wish to feed us, bring a close friend to visit us. We will be here, waiting. Nope! Okay, I think this is the last NPC I'll talk to this episode. Grimper. The filthy old man is dressed in motley rags, arranged artfully to emphasize the inhuman reach of his needle-like fingers and two protruding humps on his back, as if his mutations are a source of pride. He's wearing smoke goggles on his forehead, parked above his transparent eyelids and noseless face. His teeth are small, even, and shining white. He shows them often as he smiles to himself. His pockets are filled with trinkets and baubles that he has picked from the piles of trash. He raises his head and says, "Oh yeah, what have we here? Who comes to disturb old Crimper? Have you come to search through this bounty with me? You are welcome to share." He looks at you keenly. "Share you here? What are you doing here?" He lowers his head and grumbles. Oh yeah. What does it look like I'm doing? I'm Dig, and I answer questions for fools. Not everything in the trash heap is trash, but wastrels are bound. Why waste? Why waste indeed? Feh. He carries a mound of trash with uncanny speed and precision. Tourist. Feh. Always bothering Crippen. Have you ever found anything valuable? His tone instantly softens, sounding more pleased. Oh, yeah, people lose all kinds of treasure in the trash. He sits back and pushes up his goggles. Unexploded detonations, blocks of metal that spark and steam with nano spritz. spirit swarms and marbles with a cloud of insects inside. Half-used healing injectors, he beeps, Coralox Azavil even. That brought me many shins. Oh, perhaps Grimper was wrong. Perhaps this one is interested. What have you found? Hey, it was this. He fumbles in his pocket and slaps at his shapeless legs before he reaches in a hidden search and pulling something out. It's an ugly vomit green cylinder made of organic material and half the size of a forearm. Covered in knots and rolls and tendrils. It looks like it might be still alive. I found this a year ago. It was buried near Garkatel's tank, and I would have missed it if it hadn't wriggled. Listen. He squeezes it and sets it down, and the thing begins to sing in a slow, discordant tone. It shivers and rolls around on the ground, hooting and piping through its tiny mouths in its tendrils and walls, and then issues a melancholy belch. The mouths close and the thing ceases its movements and sound. He titters a bit. I laugh every time. I had to shed blood for this one, i.e. some human fought to take it from me. He drops it into one of his outer pockets. It was my only comfort the night young Gotil disappeared. Helped me through it, it did. Oh well, I think farewell. Hey, child, you asked plenty of questions about the few and hidden treasures here, but not so much about finding treasures of your own. Have you ever dreamed of picking your future from the ground? I can show you. Oh yes. Oh, he's kind of cute. Yeah, sure. Hey, good. The first possession in your hand should be on your hands. A trash picker needs goggles of skin like synth, stone, glass, and a drawer, a combination of piles up things, piece of skin. You want none of that fluid in your core, child, or you'll end up like Crimper here, or poor Rung. Not right between the ears. It continues in that vein for a time, leading you to various trash piles. This one picked clean. See how the pile is skewing and hold? A pile of last resort. You want those relatively undisturbed. You spend some time looking for newer piles, and you're rewarded with the pleasure of shifting through some organic goop, chemical set of tailings, but eventually you find something that may be useful. You pocket it, an ancient spirit cube. Now over here, the others hit the pile quick, but not deep. You want to go deeper than the surface, but you need to go fast and careful. He shows you to dig through the larger pile quickly and safely, maneuvering around jagged chunks of broken synth, scattered stone, glass, and splintered wood. At the end, you find an interesting piece. You take that too. Evelet. Solidly looks like an ordinary candle set on a metal base. It's its material is firm, pliable, and doesn't burn them out. There is no wick or intelligibly inscribed engraving metal base. When you turn your eyes away, a flicker of flame lights up the room, casting dancing shadows. The flame always disappears when you look back. You learn quickly. You have a true griff. Come back and share some time with me, child. Having paid careful attention to the Cripper's lesson, you feel that you could now locate other treasures and little treasure. Well, that's handy.
Yes.
If I find other like trash piles like that.
To action.
Middle section. Okay,
Yes,
let's go in here.
Now.
I'll probably explore this next session with all these ghosts wandering around. This is Daycarn signing off.